Hello YouTube. Without wasting any of your time, this is why you're here. To counter EOMM agents, part 2 is for you to upvote players that are good based on their performance. I have a couple extra things that I think will add to that, but I can only discuss them later in the video because they're purely speculative. Right now, I will speak on something that I think is very tried and true, and I have history to back that up. So without further ado, let's go. So, I recently made it to Diamond, and one of the things that you notice is that I played really well. But I want to speak on that in a separate video. For right now, we're just focused on the matchmaking, so I'm going to show you a couple examples of when I upvoted people and then they ended up showing back up in my team. So the first example is when I went 10-7 as Squirrel Girl / when I went 3-6 as Strange. So right here, your friendly BP, I gave him an upvote at the end of the game just because I liked him. I thought he was cool. I'm a fellow BP mate, so naturally, right? We won that game, cool. But he also showed up again when I lost. So really, it's not like the algorithm determines when you win or lose. No, you are in control of who you think you would want to have on your team. You give them an upvote, they show up again. So a general rule to follow, among many that I will discuss today, is that you should only upvote people who are good. Either mechanically good or they just performed really well, and be selective if you have to. But here's the thing that most videos won't tell you. Even if you don't like a player, but he was mechanically good, if you want to have better matchmaking, you have to give that person an upvote. Like it or not. That's peak. Anyway, let's continue. I have more examples because the part 1 of this video, a lot of the comments were asking for it. So here's another example coming right up. Second example is when I went 20-6 as Penny. 20-6. And L96A1 Panda. I thought that they played really well. And this match took place. I think it was on the 23rd. Yes, on the 23rd. And this is the optimal proof that I have that this method works. Because 5 days later, on the 28th, when I went 6-1, L96A1 Panda was in my team again. You're probably not satisfied, so I'll show you a few more. From when I went MVP, this match, I did not like Guys I'm Trying. This match, I did. I thought he played really well here. So not liking or not giving an upvote to someone has no direct impact, but I think that the direct impact of maybe you don't want someone to show up on your team is when you do give an upvote and you don't give somebody else an upvote. Possibly. What I can speak on for sure is when you do give someone a thumbs up, they're more likely to come back. So I gave Guys I'm Trying a thumbs up, and then Hollow, I believe I gave a thumbs up because Dagger, most amount of KOs. That was insane. So I gave them a thumbs up. That was the MVP that I got. I got MVP as Squirrel Girl, right? Next game, Hollow shows up again. Guys I'm Trying does not show up. That's very interesting. So all it does is it increases the likelihood that people will show up. Either that or I did not actually give a thumbs up to Guys I'm Trying. Either way, I think this right here that I'm about to show is definitive proof. Right here, I did not give a thumbs up to Petty 2 or Hollow because they were really annoying in that match. Even though they performed the best, he got a hexa-kill, but he was really annoying. So I did not give him a thumbs up. And guess what happened? Next game, guys I'm trying is back on my team. Hollow and Petty 2, not on my team. And they won. And we were thugging it out in the chat. Okay? So that's all I have for the history, and hopefully that proves my point. This next part of the video is all speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. But before I do that, I just want to quickly grab your attention towards something. Most people will see this and think, okay, well, I went from being Heartstock Plat Season 4, Season 3, Season 2. I've never been anything higher than Plat 2. However, I finally reached Diamond 3 this time. It was a combination of matchmaking and a bunch of other guidelines that I followed. If you guys want that video, like this video. If it performs well, I will upload the other video. But also, there's a milestone. If it reaches 75 likes, I will upload a candy mukbang that I did for Halloween. Enough begging. Any likes are appreciated. Even none. Even dislikes. All good. Now, for the next part of the video. So, this part is all speculation, but essentially, with noticing that there is an upvote function, it most likely means that the algorithm behind the matchmaking is reinforcement learning. With that said, having had reinforcement learning experience, I know for a fact that they have a weakness, which is sensitivity to initialization. So this is just a graph of what I think you should do in certain situations because of how reinforcement learning algorithms work. If you initialize with poor weights, most likely it won't be able to pick back up, and all you can do is restart. What does that mean? It means if you're having a loss streak, as soon as you start the game, restart. Just restart the game, it'll fix itself. Or just give you a different RNG. If you have good weights, just keep going, and if you have, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, most people tend to get off and try and reset their EOMM. I suggest you keep going. I'll explain why. This is a typical graph that you would see in reinforcement learning. And for two of the graphs, what I'm saying is backed up, but for one of them it's not. So for poor initial weights, you can see that A2C does not ever come back up in terms of reward. So that's why I suggest that you just let it restart because it won't get better. For good initial weights, keep going even if you lose one game. If you lose one game, that does not mean that you're now going to start streaking. Keep going. You will occasionally lose, and that's okay. There's no way you're going to have a perfect goal streak, right? Then, if you have varied, you're winning and you're losing, you're winning and you're losing, definitely keep going, okay? So, to summarize it all, upvote players based on how they play, not how you feel about them, and you will have better matchmaking. The longer you play, the longer it'll get, generally speaking, for all of them. Except maybe an early lose streak. But if you're losing, if your losing streak starts after you started playing, I suggest you keep going. Restart the game when it's terrible. You'll get a new set of weights, and then the people you upvote will be more likely to be on your team. Finally, you control the matchmaking. A little bit more detail about why I think this is. I believe that the reinforcement learning algorithm that they use is not stored on a database anywhere because it's too expensive, but it's also not stored locally to where the players will have access to it and be able to do whatever they want with it. So, my speculation is it's temporarily stored locally. That doesn't mean you should go and look for it. What I mean by that is, that means every time you boot up the game, you get new weights, and that's where all that speculation came from. So hopefully that helped you. Just remember, at least to upvote players that are good, and that will help your matchmaking. Thank you for watching.